From Laura Loomer, Megyn Kelly has always been an opportunistic snake. It was a big mistake for Trump's campaign staff to allow that hooker on stage at his rallies. Did you call her a hooker? But ain't you the same one that Roger Stone said was crying that Trump was disgusted at the rumors between y'all? Ain't that? Didn't you just lose the lawsuit with Bill Maher talking about the job? The job. Then you just, and you want to talk about somebody a hooker? Like, why? Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
Talk about Megyn Kelly, because you brought her up. She did push you, pushed a lot of people, but what is it with you and Megyn Kelly?
Well, I just don't respect her as a journalist. I have no respect for her. I don't think she's very good. I think she's highly overrated. But when I came out there, what am I doing? I'm not getting paid for this. I go out there and, they start saying, lift up arm if you're going to, I didn't know there'd be 24 million people. I figured, but I knew it was going to be a big crowd because I get big crowds. I get ratings. They call me the ratings machine. So I have, she gets out and she starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions. And, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
The kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gate.
I want to talk to the manager.
Megyn Kelly, what we doing?
Talk about a glass house. I mean, Trump has cheated on every wife he's had.
What? No. Megyn Kelly, give that man his proper credit. He's also cheated on girlfriends, strangers, other people's wives. Tell the whole truth.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
He met Marla Maples while he was still married to the mother of his children, Ivana.
Right.
It was all over the New York papers. I'm from New York, upstate New York, but I was in New York when this all went down, the city. And he was like being touted, like he was proud of the affair. It was all over the papers. Mm-hmm. So, and by the way, Ivana, his first wife, accused him of raping her. That she alleged in her first book that he was so angry over the hair transplant he got that she made him get. It was so painful that he raped her. And she later retracted that when he ran for president, but that stood on the books for some time.
That is a disgusting allegation. And in a situation like that, you really have to consult the sources involved. Are there things surrounding him that might lead you to believe that that's the kind of character that he is? That's what you got to evaluate there. And also the misplaced anger. If he want to be mad at anybody, it need to be the doctor that did the hair transplant. If we all seen it.
Brother, what's that?
I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm just saying, clearly not a great relationship there.
Right.
And then he winds up with Melania, and if you think Trump's been faithful to Melania, okay, that's great. You got bigger issues than I can solve here.
Megyn Kelly, what you trying to say? Not Republican family values.
I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no.
Right.
But so the nerve, nerve to act, for him to be judging somebody else's marriage or love relationships or choices, it just shows you he's got chutzpah, I guess is the word for it, beyond. And it was really inappropriate. And it was wrong. What he said was wrong on many levels.
I am just offended and appalled. Megyn Kelly, you got a whole media network and you could just report old news like that? I didn't know they could do that. Can I start a whole channel just reporting news from the 60s?
Good night and good luck.
Can I do that? I have all the sources. I can go through the whole decade. I got 10 years of content. I didn't know we could do that out here reporting old news with a whole network. Or is it that she thinks it's new? She got CTE? Huh? I don't know. I don't know. The way they be showing up with masks, I don't even know if that's the real Megyn Kelly. Maybe she's just trapped in a room somewhere with some decades-old National Enquirers. But when you do find the real Megyn Kelly, point her here. This you?
But I am fascinated by the protection of women and understanding what we're getting in the Oval Office. Another woman who has alleged groping, unwanted groping, by Donald Trump is with us back now with 3 of the 16-plus women who have accused President Trump of sexual misconduct. Trump is on record as saying he did this. And you are all familiar by this point with the Access Hollywood tape.
I don't think Donald Trump is a rapist or a sexual assaulter. I do think he's taken inappropriate liberties with women and gotten handsy with them in a way he's owned himself. And it is what it is. That's the past. I don't give a about Trump getting handsy with somebody 20 years ago.
Ivana, his first wife, accused him of raping her.
You want to talk about it? Huh? You ready to talk about it? Oh, no, because we done gone deep into that hole. Now that you want to call out impropriety. This you?
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds. We have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just.
That's a daggone shame. Done gone into the tank minimizing Epstein. It's so tough to come back from that. Now we're clutching pearls on decades-old realities. And you also have to grapple with how you spent all of that time.
I've been married to my husband for 30 plus years. I mean, the truth is, if you add it all up, even the year, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years and 10 of those years could be bad, you know,
you'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You know,
right.
And that's really how it works out.
Is it, Michelle? It's not. I've been married for 17 and a half years and not one was bad. I think she and he married the wrong people.
I think you're 100% right. This is only her 3rd episode. I can't think of anybody I would go to for advice less than Michelle Obama. She really doesn't know what she's talking about. First of all, she loves to tell us she hated Barack for a good decade.
Yes.
Okay, please teach me how to have a successful relationship
right.
with someone that you clearly respect and admire. Every time she's on the air, it's like, I'm dragging this ball of dead weight behind me. His name, Barack Obama. He's bringing me down. I'm trying to elevate myself with like these things on my head.
It looks like Mickey Mouse.
It's so
like
weird.
The 2 ears up there, these 2 big balls on the left and the right of her head.
Like,
maybe some of that time that was spent attacking the Obama's marriage could have been spent looking into all of this, you know, since it's a given that he hasn't been faithful to Melania. But this is how you were spending your time talking about the Obama's marriage. Yes, this Barack Obama. The one who didn't cheat on his ex. Oh, wait, there's no exes. There's no exes. I guess the more the merrier, huh?
We don't feel like ourselves. We haven't felt like ourselves in a while. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama. I just think he was such a slick snake. You know, he was this affable guy who was like wearing good suits and looked the part and sounded the part and dressed the part, but was so divisive.
Oh, I guess that was you trying to slide in between. Is that what it was? That was how you kick your game, Megyn Kelly. That's how you kick your game. Uh-huh. Yeah. It never worked. I don't know why you keep going to that well.
It's stunning to me that the people who voted for the man who said over and over, not only no new wars, but no war with Iran, no Middle East wars, and specifically over and over said Iran, and also said the Democrats are going to get us into a war with Iran.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
That the people who voted for him, that was not a small thing. That was not a throwaway line. That was a massive part of his campaigning and his promising. That those people on a dime were like, yes, we're pro war with Iran. Yes, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We all know that that's a lie. It's so obvious that that's a lie to get us into this conflict, that they were not on the verge of developing a nuclear weapon. I mean, truly, you don't have to do a lot of fact checking to figure that out. Trump's own intelligence agency said they're not. They're nowhere close. The IAEA, there was no one other than Israel saying they're on the verge, and they'd been saying it for years. So, like, you'd really have to be willing to delude yourself.
Well, Megyn Kelly, he was probably just trying to give you the violence that you wanted. Huh? He trying to satisfy your bloodlust. This you?
So I really do kind of not only want to see them killed in the water, whether they're on the boat or in the water, but I'd really like to see them suffer. I would like Trump and Hegseth to make it last a long time, so that they lose a limb and bleed out a little. Like, I'm really having a difficult time ginning up sympathy for these guys who 10 seconds earlier almost got taken out by the initial bomb, but because they managed to get ejected, a little too soon, had to be taken out in the water. I realize legally it may make a difference, but truly, Mark, this is a tough case to really gin up the sympathies of the American people.
Yeah. Or is it because Iran is so far away? You like the bloodshed to be closer to home. Is that it? The suffering needs to be a clear and present danger. Is that it?
I know I'm supposed to feel sorry for Alex Preddy, but I don't. Do you know why I wasn't shot by Border Patrol this weekend? Because I kept my ass inside and out of their operations. It's very simple. If I felt strongly enough about something the government was doing that I would go out and protest, I would do it peacefully on the sidewalk without interfering, via a whistle, via shouting, via my body, via any other way. I would make my objections known by standing there without interfering, because interfering is where you go south. And laying hands on a police officer trying to, or Border Patrol officer or ICE officer trying to conduct a law enforcement operation is a felony. And now you are going to get arrested. And if you do anything that resembles resisting, you're in serious trouble.
Megyn Kelly, you ready to talk about it? Huh? You ready to talk about it? Huh? Or you want to dig this hole a little bit deeper?
You know what, Megyn? I got to push back a little bit because Trump didn't take a salary while he's president. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. I mean, you look at like across the board of the Trump family. I've never seen a family get so rich off of a presidency.
Right.
And it happened at the same time as we now have a Supreme Court ruling that basically says any official act he takes while in the White House is protected.
Right.
And those two things are, seem to be giving him some sort of a hall pass that could very much get abused. I don't want to, say he's crossed the line legally because I actually haven't taken a close look at that. But, he's done a lot that pushes it right up to the line. And I just don't think we want our presidents or their families getting rich off of the presidency. And I really want to know more about all these trades that are happening on Iran right before he makes the announcements. Like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Even one of those would have caused a massive scandal 12, 13 years ago. We shouldn't be so far afield that like these obvious ethical questions get skirted past with just a shoulder shrug.
Obvious ethical questions get skirted past with just a shoulder shrug. You mean like this here? Is this what you mean?
Flashback.
Megyn Kelly 8 months ago, after she was confronted with a report about a bribery scandal in Donald Trump's administration, we do not care. Oh no, we got the whole receipts after Trump border czar Tom Homan was under criminal investigation for potential bribery. In all caps, we do not care. Megyn, you wanna address? You know, the internet is forever. The internet is forever. So you're gonna have to handle that. That ain't. Mm-mm.
I have to be honest. I didn't expect the corruption to be quite as, widespread as it's been, and like the self-dealing and the lining of his and his family's pockets. Like that's been a little shocking.
Right. Talking
and
billions
I just
of dollars.
didn't expect Trump to be so disrespectful of his base.
So Megyn Kelly, if I got you straight, you were fine with just like a little corruption, right? Like a little corruption, like a little impropriety, but he just took it too far. You know what I mean? He doing too much. You know what I mean? It's just like the don't ask, don't tell. You know what I mean? Like you gonna do what you do, but just don't let me find out. You know what I mean? Don't have people all up and through the house, in the bed while I'm asleep. You know what I mean? Like, is that okay? That's interesting. It's wild that he would have taken advantage of your trust, considering, according to you, he's such a good man.
And I just wanted to ask about your thoughts on Barack Obama. He's like my favorite president of all time. I think he was great for this country. It was really nice to see a beautiful black man in the office. And where would you rank him among modern U.S. presidents? Where would you put him?
Sorry, I didn't hear the landing.
Where would you rank Barack Obama out of the last few modern presidents? For me, he's number one. Where would you put him?
I would rank him in the 21st century at the very bottom. Yes, correct. At the beginning of Trump, 15, 16, we were coming off of Obama. And I used to say at that time, I think Obama is a good man, but a bad president, and that Trump is a bad man, but a good president. That's what I thought initially. And I completely had that wrong. I actually think Obama was a bad president, and I genuinely think he was a bad man. I know, sorry, controversial. And I think Trump is a good man and a good president.
And by the way, this Barack Obama, that's who she talking about. Yeah, that's who she talking about. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. You really haven't felt the same since Obama, have you, Megyn Kelly?
We don't feel like ourselves. We haven't felt like ourselves in a while. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama.
It's that damn Barack Obama. Oh, his smooth ass, slick ass words. He was just always wearing all these good ass suits, looking good, smelling good, looking the part. All friendly and good natured and easy to talk to. Ooh, motherfucker, I swear it's his fault. If I could, I'd give him a piece of my mind. If I had the time. Ooh, I just want to talk to him. Could somebody just call him for me? Ever since his ass came in, just shoving everything down our throat.
And Megyn Kelly, don't think we forgot about you waiting in line to meet the Obama. Don't think we forgot about that.
Last time I saw Megyn Kelly, this would have been when Obama was still in the White House. I cannot remember if it was first term or second term. I want to say it was second term. I'm pretty sure it was second term. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it was. But either way, I saw Megyn Kelly at the White House. And it really got me to thinking. I saw her from a distance. I didn't go up to her. I don't know this woman. So, of course, she was still at Fox. Very aware of what her reputation was in terms of what she contributed as a journalist. But what I found so interesting is when I saw her at the White House, it was during the time of year, it was the holiday season. And what happens is during the holiday season, White House has a bunch of parties. There's different groups every night. Like one night, it might be media members. One night, it might be entertainers. Another night, it could be a mixture of the two. It's different audiences. So it was a lot of media members. This was I guess, the media version of the Obama's holiday party. where they invite people from both sides of the aisle, come there, and sometimes the president is there and first lady, sometimes they're not. On this night, they were there. And I remember seeing Megyn Kelly in the receiving line to get a picture with the Obamas. And I thought that was super interesting because I was thinking, now don't you spend pretty much your whole damn broadcast talking about how this man ain't, and here you are lining up to go.
Lord only knows what she whispered in his ear when she got up to the front of the line. I guess we'll never know, because some people don't take pride in embarrassing others, like Trump has done to you on multiple occasions. Yeah. But now all of a sudden, eyes are open. Man. Hey, Megyn Kelly, this kind of reminds me of that time that you had those sudden realizations about Fox News.
Fox News is insufferable right now. Insufferable. I was there for 14 years. I've already told my audience, if I were a Fox News anchor right now, I'd know exactly what to do. Cheerlead. That's it. It's all about rah, 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 go military. That's what's patriotic. Praise the president, support the troops, support the war, day in, day out. This morning, who do they put on? Mike Pompeo to kick off the day's coverage. Lindsey Graham all over Fox News over the weekend. That it's utterly unhelpful to go like today. Obviously, I've come out and said how I honestly feel because I owe that to my audience. But today we're going to have both sides on to help people actually make up their own minds. You will not find that over on Fox News. They've got one mission, and that's to support these military groups, the military itself, and President Trump. It's just folly. It's folly, Saurabh, and it's a fool's errand.
And coming out of that, I was dumbfounded that all of these things all of a sudden would be things that you want to admit you were apparently unwilling to say up to this point. And here we are again.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The follow-up question is, why should anyone ever assume you know what you're talking about when it comes to anything else? You were a dummy then, and how did you stop being a dummy? Now, that is the $64,000 question, or if we're talking about Trump in 2026, the $3 billion question. That is the question, because you can land on either one of two sides of the coin when it comes to this. Either you are extremely unscrupulous and completely devoid of moral character, or you're an idiot. That's really all. That's it. That's really all we got. And Hodgetwins, y'all didn't ask to follow up at all. Y'all didn't ask the natural follow-up to I guess y'all was too preoccupied on whether or not to give her an N-word pass. Is that what it is? You're trying to figure out whether you can give her the N-word pass? Hey, I have it on good authority. She's flying free without it.
He's the one who started to inject race where no one had been doing it.
Yes, Megyn Kelly, Don Lemon told us about you quite some time ago.
And by the way, Megyn, let me just say something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. It's weird. Okay?
Not that. That's the wrong clip. Yeah, run the other one.
She's so dumb. I mean, it's not even that. She's just she is the definition of grifter. If you look up the definition, if there was a picture there, it would be Megyn Kelly. Or, I mean, maybe a weather vane with the money. Wherever which way the money is pointed and the clicks, that's where Megyn Kelly is. Because it takes one to know one. She is just like Trump. So Megyn Kelly said, when we told you so, all the shit that she's saying now, and we're like, she's all of a sudden sick of it 11 years later. And we told you that, for the last 11 years, you didn't get it. Are you that dumb? Are you just, Megyn, your seams are showing. Your slip is showing. Like, we're seeing the mechanics of all of the bullshit that you and Candace Owens and all of the people who are like you, the grifters who are like you.
I remember Megyn downplaying the assault and infidelity accusations made against Trump during the 2024 campaign. Now that Trump's popularity is down, she's resurfacing them. Megyn is a shapeshifter with no real convictions. She just says whatever is popular in the moment. Aha. Well, for that to be true, you have to evaluate what's popular in the moment.
I don't know what he's doing, but the president is spiraling downward in his poll numbers. He is on a downward spiral now. And we'll talk about in a minute what's happening with the white working class. That's Trump's base. And he's now underwater with them. We saw one poll about 7 to 10 days ago showing it. And now there's another. There's no question. He's collapsed now with the white working class. My friends, that's it. Other than Fox News boomers, there's no one left. There's no one left in the original MAGA coalition. White working class? I really look forward to the people who purport to speak for the white working class, people who have written whole books about the working class and what's important to them, people who have been ripping on the so-called podcast class for being critical of this war and how they're completely irrelevant and no one listens to them. I really look forward to those people updating their reporting to tell us what's actually happening among the Trump base now. Because they want him to focus on the economy, on inflation, not on Iran. That's what they want. They don't give two shits about the Strait of Hormuz, about Karg Island, about blockades in the Middle East. They care about their pocketbooks and being able to pay their mortgages and their grocery bills and their car payment without getting that sickening feeling in their stomach.
She just went and admitted it. She just went, Megyn Kelly, come on. Like, you just... Well, hey, it's always been paint by numbers, okay? When it comes to you and your assault on anything black, that was every bit as transparent as this. When it comes to your insane jealousy at Michelle Obama, that was as transparent as all of this. You ran the exact same playbook with Kamala Harris and Jasmine Crockett. I don't know if it's hair envy or what. That's crazy, but I don't know. You're going to have to find a comfortable landing spot somewhere because you ain't coming over here.
So everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side.
From Laura Loomer, Megyn Kelly has always been an opportunistic snake. It was a big mistake for Trump's campaign staff to allow that hooker on stage at his rallies. Did you call her a hooker? You call her a hooker? MAGA, y'all wild. Y'all wild. Because I ride with what she's saying. I ride, especially given the technical definition of a hooker. Like, if you take the sex out of it, like, I feel what you're putting down, Laura Loomer. But ain't you the same one that Roger Stone said was crying that Trump was disgusted at the rumors between y'all? Ain't that? Didn't you just lose the lawsuit with Bill Maher talking about the job? The job. Then you just, and you want to talk about somebody a hooker? Like, why? I can see if Mark Levin said something like that, but not you, Laura Loomer.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Megyn Kelly has gone full doom and gloom. She spends all her time listing everything wrong with Trump and basically making the case for people to vote against Republicans this fall. Constructive criticism is fine, but being against Trump just for ratings is the typical grift. Oh, MAGAs, you are nothing if not predictable. The typical grift. When did that grift start? When did the typical grift start? You called it the typical grift. Sounds like it's something that's been going on for quite some time. But we were supposed to trust these mouthpieces when they were in favor of Trump But now, according to y'all, they're grifters. That's a crazy amount of mental gymnastics. It really is. It's every bit as absurd as Trump going with the low IQ. They become low IQ. I don't know if it's something that strikes people overnight. Does it have a 6-week onset? Now they're low IQ when you were happy to take their endorsement and spread anything they say about you as gospel when they were in favor. How does that make sense as something you would say out of your mouth and think that it's going to? I don't. Who y'all talking to? I don't. And you know what, MAGAs? This is why it is so hard for y'all to return to proper society. This is exactly why.
He's right, you know.
The same way Megyn Kelly is expecting us to pretend like any of this is new information or pretend like she didn't launder all that she's saying about Trump up until recently is the same way that y'all are expecting us to believe that she just became a grifter and low IQ. Y'all belong together. Honestly, y'all really belong together. In a place where y'all don't vote, okay, in a place where you can't do no more damage to society, because clearly y'all can't be trusted to do what's in the best interest of anybody, not even yourselves.
Wake the hell up.
Well, Megyn Kelly, hopefully now that you have come clean, you feel a little bit more joy in your heart.
How awful would it be to be one of these leftists? You're not joyful. We can see that. You're very angry all the time.
To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America.
I don't have any pearls of wisdom other than go f yourselves.
You fucking idiot, know-nothing Hollywood starlet.
Heart attacks and potentially death. We're in mourning. Asshole. We're not capitalizing on the death of Charlie. We're in mourning.
We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish.
Hello, Disney. You're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig.
F you, Taylor Swift.
F you, Taylor Swift. I knew what you leftists thought of feminism. It meant abortion and crapping on men.
We can kiss every woman's face goodbye. We can kiss women's rights goodbye. We can kiss sororities goodbye. We can take off our tops and our underwear and do our yoga.
She went to a fundraiser to raise money for Hamas because it's inappropriate. You absolute disgusting evil cretin. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos. Until you get that through your thick head, you'll keep losing. You absolute asshole. What a dick.
I was just playing. She been hateful for too long. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And regardless of what she says right now, she's going to have the audience that she grew and collected in her mentions, no matter what she says.
Absolutely, totally lovely and have no designs on jihad whatsoever. They just want to raise their families in a way that actually bears a lot of resemblance to how we Christians live, in a God-fearing way, in a way of where you observe your faith, a way in which you don't want weird woke ideologies finding its way into your child's classroom. There's actually a lot in common. And I think those people actually have been targeted by some people who are extremely pro-Israel and kind of lumped into the radical Islamist sect in a way that's unfair and actually kind of dangerous to them.
Okay, that wasn't bad, Megyn Kelly. That was actually kind of normal and milquetoast. I'm going to ignore the fact that you have ignored the rampant Islamophobia that has grown. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Megyn Kelly went on the Hodgetwins show to campaign for Islam. She says she has a lot of Muslim friends and they aren't jihadists and resemble Christians in their ideologies and how they raise their families. We have a lot in common. I don't understand how this happened. Megyn Kelly was a highly effective surrogate for Trump and the normal conservative coalition until Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I understand that having a profound effect on your worldview, but it's just wild that this is the shift. Oh, yeah, that's the audience that you collected. That is the hateful audience that you collected. That's right. It's come to this, advocating for Islam by saying many of them are normal people. That's how far they have gotten. That's how far this has gone. And they feel empowered because of this administration that your typical grift greased the skids for. An effective surrogate for Trump? Oh, yes, you were. And you can't undo that, Megyn Kelly.
We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama.
Megyn Kelly, go home. He don't want you. He don't want you.